Hello, this is Jcamera here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the LEGO Modular Set from 2020, titled The Bookshop, numbered 10270, aged 16 plus. I got this set for $300. This is my second ever modular, my first modular being the assembly square, which I got for $400. So I got this one for $100 less, which is nice. If I sound odd in this video, it's because I have a cold, so I might sound more nasally. This has 2,504 pieces in its set, which is quite a bit. Here's the box, which is basically the whole desk. Like, not towers over it, but it covers up a good chunk of it. It's from the LEGO Creator line. You get all the pieces up here, big and small. You get one of the minifigures of the set here. You get the scale and width of the set, measurements and stuff. You get the parts that can separate, which I'll get to later. You get where you can open up here. And then you got like the barcode and everything. And you get like some of the scenes you can recreate and play features, which is nice. Like the characters interacting, which looks really cool. It looks like stuff from a stop motion, which is cool. Or like a LEGO translation of some sitcom show or something. You get connecting points to other modulars and get bits and pieces that can open up. Again, I'll get to later. And of course, this is something that's a staple for modulars, as we saw with the assembly square review. And then you get the modulars here. So the assembly square was 2017. The diner was 2018. The corner garage was 2019. And this set was 2020. And you get like the set numbers, the LEGO logo, and you can see like minifigures, vehicles, all not really interconnecting, but you could kind of try to think that if you really wanted to. But yeah, that's the box. Now for the instructions. We get this QR code to scan, so you go onto a LEGO app and view the instructions that way. And you get, like, different bags. So, this instructions... Okay, so, spoilers, but these sets are designed to split apart. I had to do it off camera because it's something you have to use two hands with, and I'm filming with one hand, of course. So, the first instructions is for the bookshop build right here. And then this house build is the second pair of instructions. There's 8 bags in total for this set. The first 4 are in here, and then the last 4 are here. And it shows where you should be up to by the end of each bag or portion. And you build like the minifigures of each bag of stuff. Honestly, not really anything noteworthy to go over with these instructions. It's... If you've ever bought or played with a set of any kind, you basically have this. And then at the end, you have an advertisement for the corner garage. And of course, advertisement for the LEGO website. Then we get to the second pair of instructions. And you get, as usual, the same as the other instructions. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anything. Then you get the overview, combining them together, and you get all the pieces here, which are like 5 pages, including the back. So yeah, that's all I have to say on the instructions. Now, we shall take a look at the minifigures. In total, the set includes 5 minifigures. We get like this dude who's probably minimum 50, maybe even 60, with the beard and grey hair. All the figures have simple legs, with the kid figure having short legs. Then you have this sort of nervous looking chick, this sort of, I don't know, with the face that comes across as a bit nervous, like this cool girl. Then you get this cool guy off from work trying to hitch a date with her. That's what the packaging shows. And you get this, I think, librarian, or like this is a relatively old lady, probably not as old as this guy, or like better genes somehow, because she doesn't have grey hair, or at least not fully grey. And then you get this kid with the scarf and beanie. So, because this is obviously set in autumn, and you get this toy plane with him, and like the dude wanting a date has a book from the bookshop and a flower for the date. You got 5 minifigures. They all have various expressions. If you remember in the Assembly Square video, a lot of the older ones had blank expressions. I think this is the point when they began to spice it up and make the figures a little more interesting. And this is what their secondary expressions look like, and the back printing. All of them have back printing, but this minifigure here does not have back head printing, only one face. And also, with the book, you get this Moby brick, which is a reference to Moby Dick, which is pretty funny, and I'm amazed that LEGO actually went there. And you get the Once Upon a Time tile, which was also in the Beauty and the Beast set, which no, I haven't reviewed and I never will, but it's nice it's there. And you actually see that tile again later within the set, so that's nice. I'm just saying that because I have it for Belle's accessories, because eventually I'm going to be making a Disney minifigure video, and I have custom accessories and all that, and I have that for Belle, taken from her set and stuff. Now on to the buildings themselves. I'll start with the bookshop, because that's the title of the set, and that's the one you end up building first. So we have the usual tiling with like the shiny grate there, like grill piece, and you get the flat tile with some studs here and there where you can put some of these autumn leaves falling, or you could have like a minifigure, so maybe the librarian is there ready to go to work, or is closing for the day and is leaving. And you get this large tree here with the white branches, which looks cool, which they didn't have to do. They could have just had a generic tree, but they really went above and beyond to make this as unique and true to real life as possible, and true to autumn as well with the leaves. And like you get this bird nest here with like this coat piece, and then this bird, which is cool. And you get like 4 different branches and different leaf colors and pieces. You get like sort of green here and a bit there, and it's a lot of like oranges and yellows, which is cool. Because this is trying to set the stage of this set being set in autumn. And as we know, in autumn, leaves like to fall and wither away as they get ready for winter, where it's all cold and snowy. And then spring, they all heat back up and grow back up, photosynthesis and shit. And I like that this sort of wiggles, which maybe it's like the wind blowing, so yeah. Or maybe it's like if this kid's toy gets stuck up in the trees, like, I don't know, like this or something. If you want to shake it off to get this toy back for him, you can do that. I like that you have these sort of sausage pieces to make a border around the tree, which is nice. Yeah, I had a lot to say just for this tree alone, but I really like how they did it. They didn't have to at times, and you even have some of the autumn leaves falling, which you can take off if you really want to. Like, you have studs for that, and you can have other minifigures going out if you want to, but you can, you still make this just look messy, so that's nice. Just put it there. You get these cool pieces, like maybe someone's in the sewers looking out from there, or maybe there's a basement, which is cool. You get this sort of bookshelf thing. You get that tile that I mentioned before. You get like several books, very untidy and messy. Maybe different workers, maybe thievery, stolen, who knows. You get this light up here with the signed brick books in gold. It's not like pearl gold, which is nice, so it stands out more. And the light, which I think it's just there so it doesn't look as plain, but I kind of like it even still. And you get glass windows with greens and like sort of dark orangey color. And you can open the glass door and see the floor from inside. And over here, of course, you get the connecting points. You do see like the bricks that were required for the inside leak out on the outside, but it's not too bad because it is designed to like cover these up with buildings and such. And then you see the back and there's like just grassy floor and just a back door in green. I don't really like the color, but it's green. It makes this set feel more blocky and, as weird as it sounds, too Lego-y, which I know it is, but like, if you want to use this for like dark and gritty adaptations of superheroes or stuff, this probably isn't going to do it for you. It almost makes this look like a supervillain layer or like a bank, but it isn't too bad. And then you get like more of the brown floor, which looks cool. You get the windows. You can open them up to see. I think with this one, I don't know if it's this one or this one, but you do see like the stairs. And then over here we get like sort of a balcony hangout area where people can go on a date. So let's say we have the chick here and then this dude, and like they can be dating over here, and you get like a little red mug there, and you get the window, which I think this is the one somewhat blocked by the stairs, but at least that means no one can see them smooching, so it's a win-win. And you get another glass door here. And you get this really smooth roof. It is surprisingly smooth in dark red, burgundy. And you get like skeleton legs making like the pillar here, like stone pillars here. And I like how smooth they built this. Like the windows completely covered by glass this time. Assembly Square, we got a lot of glass, but not every window had it, but this time literally all of them do. And same goes here, got this cool architecture, very smooth build. Especially going through the set now, I'm amazed of just how smooth and clean it looks. But it makes the building more respectable in a way. And just this rooftop here, which is like 6 by... how much is it? 6 by 12 space for minifigures. Like, if you want some sort of, I don't know, cat fight up here, you can do that, like comic book stuff. And of course, you can remove this stuff to reveal what's on each level. Here, it's just a part they use to cover this up. And now if I just go through each level and see what each one provides. So you get like stairs in green up here, you get some more library books or just books to sell. You get like a counter where you pay for the books, where you can buy them or borrow them. You can make this a library if you really want to, but I get confused between libraries and books. Anyway, you get another shelf there, you get those green windows on full display there. And you get this really big shelf in there, which is cool. And not really much else to say. You get these smooth tilings here, and you got these connecting points you can put like the next level on here. Yeah, if you saw my Assembly Square review or even have one of these modulars yourself, you know exactly how this works. And then you get like the carpet there, and you get this clock here, which is really cool. You get this little chair, light, another red coffee mug, and more stairs, which is cool. Maybe this is the librarian's own apartment or someone else's home. Like, you could do whatever you want there. If you've seen other modulars, again, you would know that it's common for modulars to have multiple things in the buildings. Like, a lot of them happen to have apartments and basically different locations within different levels. Like, usually locations would only last one level. Not every modular is like this, of course, but a lot of them, particularly buildings like this, do that. And of course, I just wanted to show off the floor, because I just like how they did the brown tiling here, making it clear this is meant to be some kind of exit. And then we get to the roof part where you get this bed and chameleon in a tank, which is cool. And of course you have the stairs leading up here, windows and such. Maybe this is for librarian, or maybe a third level, or maybe it's meant to be conjoined with this level, who knows, but it looks pretty cool, and this assembles and comes apart together pretty nicely. And yeah, that's all I have to say for the bookshop on its own. Now for the second building of the set. Actually, one thing I did forget to mention is that you also have connecting holes here, so say you want to display the bookshop to the right of this build here, you can then do that. Of course, I only have one hand, so I'm not going to show it until the very end, but you get the idea. So you can have these on the opposite ends of each other, but also, if you want to connect it to other modulars and form your own city street, you can do that. And this building, same deal, you get like the interior brick shown, but it's meant to be covered up. Also, sorry for the lighting. Then you get the connector points as usual, and you get some connectors already there, so you can connect to other modulars or even this building on different angles. And you get the same tiling with the grille and the light grey and dark grey, both bluish grey, modern variants. And yeah, and of course these parts can break through. Now we get the street light of the set. The set only comes with one, which I honestly, I could care less. I think the tree was maybe just there to spice it up, but it's nice that it's here. Now, the reason I bought these modulars was so I can make a custom Gotham City. And if you want to change colors for this, you can, although the set won't provide you with the materials to do so. So I would suggest you just take this and, like so, put this blank clear head as the light, and just have color swap pieces of this light. So, like, you can have this be Gotham City, and then this can maybe be Metropolis or something else. I accidentally left this in at the beginning of the video, but I thought I'd mention it and change it. Just like the bookshop, you also have a point here where you can put one of the minifigures to walk around in. You get these lights, and in gold you get the set, not the set number, but the building number, 107. I don't know if that's meant to be a reference to anything. If it is, please let me know in the comments, but this is meant to be like apartment or like street number 107, which is cool. You get the buildings, and I like this archway here. The set actually reminds me a bit of the Up House. Much better than the Up House, but still. Sort of similar idea, at least. You get, like, the windows, this really cool tiling for the roofs, which is cool. And then, like, the roof here with the chimney, which is cool. Very short chimney, but it's there, and that's what counts. And you get the front street lights. I don't like that neither of them are, like, doorbells. A doorbell would be appreciated, but maybe that's what this is for. And, of course, you get the, like, plants here, and like the stairway up, which is cool. And I like these pieces, like dark black, and it makes this look more gothic. I think these sets are meant to be based off of European architecture, but I could be wrong, at least for this set. I know some are clearly American, but a lot of them, in fact, the assembly square was European, I think. And then in the back, we get, like, stairs going up to the first door, of course. And you get this sort of tiny fridge door that you can open you really need sharp nails for this. Mine are blunt at the moment. But inside, sort of like a... not... what's the word? Basement. You get like a little garden, like a kind of cabbage patch going on with a pumpkin and some plants or vegetables that they're growing, which is cool. This building, you can make it work so it's like general street stuff, not necessarily a big city or something, but it works either way. And like usual, you have parts that come alive. Actually, let me just... yeah, I forgot to mention this part. I like you get another balcony here with some plants, so this person must really love gardening. In fact, the set designers must really like plants, because there's a lot of these in this set and Assembly Square. Again, I haven't gotten all the modulars. Those are the only two I have. I'm sure they'll be different in other sets, but still. You get this door that opens, this brown door, which is cool. And you get a little bit of the interior, get the windows. This window here is uniquely shaped, which is cool. Like, this looks like the kind of thing you would get from down here, but it's cool, gives it more of an angle, more flair, more interesting, more life and variety. But as I said, of course, you can split this apart, and I'll go through each part as I do. In fact, this first floor isn't even the lowest you can get this time. Instead, the lowest would actually be the basement, where you get a lot of tools. You get a mouse trap, some scissors, a bag full of money, loot, other goodies, like stairs going up from the basement to the first floor. And then you get like a ladder that you can use, which the packaging shows like the old man and the kid can use to get the toy plane back. So you can do that if you really want to. The minifigures, though, unless you get some short characters, aren't really going to fit in here. Like, the kid will fit okay, but like everyone else, you would have to have them sort of bending and stuff, which, considering this is meant to be minifigure scale, I don't exactly appreciate, but I'll take whatever variety and ideas that we get with these sets. But I do feel the need to point that out. And then we get the first part back on. You can really see it on this side, especially with like... I can't remember. Was this like the fireplace? Yes, it was. So you get the fireplace there. A painting, a little desk with some tea or coffee, and some newspaper. Like, yeah, greatest hero ever. Some firemen saving a cat from a tree. And you get other pieces of furniture looking out the window. You get... this is clearly meant to be the house of this old man. If the hat on and umbrella on the packaging and the ladder is anything to go by, like the step ladder. So you can, like, when he's going off to work, maybe he can go grab his gear, or if he's just going outside, it's a sunny day or rainy day, who knows. And you get a potted plant here, and you get stairs up here. Not really much to say, but it looks cool. It does remind me a bit of the Up House, which I don't have that set, but from what I've seen, I might be disappointed for how that turns out. And then you get this piece on, you get the old man's bed, and you get like another painting, a very common piece you see in a lot of sets. The Big Bang Theory set had this, and I don't have it, but I do remember having it from what I saw. You get like a little drawers here, get a little lamp here to turn on and off. You can't do that, but it's a novel idea. And get another plant. And I like the architecture on here, just using the corner pieces on a 2x2 tile, which is nice. And what's interesting here is that there's like nothing part of this. This is just to close it off, which is funny. Of course, you can connect these like so. And of course you get the roof. Plain chimney just for smoke to come out and for decoration. And you get like these grill pieces, and yeah, you get not a lot of room, at least from this way, but in terms of width here, you actually do get quite a bit more space than this roof. And this is a dark grey roof, while that's a light grey roof. The assembly square had, I think, dark grey roofs. The flower shop had like light grey, if you count that as a roof, but still, that is cool. And there it is. That pretty much concludes my thoughts on this set. When it comes to future modulars, this one will most likely be the cheapest. The fact I got this for $300. In fact, this was actually a negotiated price, so that's a really good deal if you ask me. The other one was $400. That's probably going to be the average for some of the others. In terms of, like, how they keep going, this theme of modulars, at least for standard modulars, never seem to end. And the fact that they're so expensive and I only have so much room on my shelf, don't expect too many modular reviews coming up within the next few years, honestly, if I even get any at all in my lifetime. I see myself maybe getting one or two more, but I'm not sure. The corner garage, actually, I will say, is probably the modular that's most likely for me to pick up and collect, because when I bought this, I didn't buy this online, I got this in person. This assembly square again and the corner garage were the only ones there, so maybe that will be the next one, but no promises. And of course, I'm switching out for light because I can. I want this to look more darker and more Batman-like. But anyway, yeah, I hope you all enjoy this video, and I'll see you all later.